The world is full of skeptics. I know, I'm one myself. In the Haskell business, how many of you would believe he fell out of the car? And now, after killing Vera without meaning to do it, how many of you would believe it wasn't premeditated? In the jury room, every last man of you would go down shouting that she had me over a barrel and my only out was force. The room was still, so quiet that I began to wonder if I had suddenly gone deaf. It was pure fear, of course, and I was hysterical, but without making a sound. Vera was dead, and I was her murderer. Murderer, what an awful word that is. But I'd become one, and I better not get caught. What evidence there was around the place had to be destroyed, and from the looks of things, there was plenty. Looking around the room at the things we bought, it was like looking in the faces of 100 people who'd seen us together and who'd remember me. That's the kind of testimony I couldn't rub out. No, I could burn clothes and hide bottles for the next 5 years. There'd always be witnesses. The landlady, for one, she could identify me. The car dealer, the waitress in the drive-in, the girl in the dress shop, the guy in the liquor store, they could all identify me. I was cooked, done for. I had to get out of there. While once I stayed beside a dead body, carefully planning how to avoid being accused of killing him, this time I couldn't. This time I was guilty. I knew it, felt it. I was like a guy suffering from shock. Things were whirling around inside my head. I couldn't make myself think right. All I could think about was the guy with the saxophone and what he was playing. It wasn't a love song anymore. It was a dirge. My problems weren't solved. I had to stay away from New York for all time because Al Roberts was listed as dead and had to stay dead. And I could never go back to Hollywood because somebody might recognize me as Haskell. Then, too, there was Sue. I could go to her with something like this hanging over my head. All I could do was pray she'd be happy. I was in Bakersfield before I read that Vera's body had been discovered, and the police were looking for Haskell in connection with his wife's murder. Isn't that a laugh? Haskell had gotten me into this mess, and Haskell was getting me out of it. The police were searching for a dead man. I try to forget about what happened and wonder what my life might have been if that car of Haskell's had never stopped. But one thing I don't have to wonder about, I know. Someday a car will stop to pick me up that I'd never thumbed. Yes, fate or some mysterious force can put the finger on you or me for no good reason at all. This dialogue was taken from the film Detour, 1945, spoken by the character Al Roberts as portrayed by Tom Neal, directed by Edgar G. Ulmer, and the screenplay was by Martin Goldsmith. Thank you for watching, and please be kind with your comments, okay? Thank you.